but yeah, there's something about Sung that like he exudes this I think the first time we met, yeah, he was wearing like this like all white linen,
Yep.
his hair is flowing in the Vancouver summer wind. And it just felt like I was like walking next to like Korean Jesus. And that was pretty powerful. So
Honestly, kind of true.
yeah.
Hi, Allie and Ricky. How are you today?
Oh, very good.
Doing well.
Amazing. So I'm Brittany Murphy from Muses of Media, and I'm really glad to speak with you today. I really love the film. I watched it over the weekend, and I just was wondering for both of you, what was it like when you got the call, and do you remember what your reaction was like when you first learned that you were part of this cast?
I remember doing a Zoom chemistry read with Ricky. Gosh, it was like what, 2 years ago? I think
Yeah.
2 years ago. And I remember getting off the call and immediately being like, "Oh, he's gonna be Blake." Like I knew less about my experience, but I was like, "Oh, this guy's gonna bucket. He's perfect for the part." So I have a very visceral re memory of meeting him for the first time. And then honestly, for me, I kind of just I met with Rachel and Dan and Tom a couple months before meeting Ricky, and I was just so excited to play Riley, but really just to be part of this crew. It was a all Asian and Asian American cast. So for me, that was really the most exciting part about it.
Yeah, I remember getting off the chemistry read with Allie and also thinking like, wow, I'm gonna get this job. I'm so good at this. No, it was there was something about like the chemistry read in particular when we got on I think I just like the night before we did a screening for a thing and so I was like completely discombobulated. But then I hopped on the Zoom, met the team again, and then met Allie, and it was just kind of like it felt like she grounded me from all the discombobulation, and so we just kind of locked eyes and locked in right away, and yeah, I was really excited.
That's awesome. And you guys have such great chemistry amongst yourselves, but also with Sung Kang, who plays Uncle Curtis. So what was it like for you guys creating that rapport with each other, but also with Sung for the film?
I would say Sung was great because when I was actually shooting another project in Vancouver, and I remember I was on set coordinating with Sung and Ricky because we really wanted to get together before our first day of shooting. For a film like this, it's so important that you have chemistry. And given that, he's my uncle in the film, he really made a big effort to get to know me. We got ice cream together. He took me to dinner. We walked around Vancouver, which, as everyone knows, Sung Kang is famous. So I felt very famous. Everywhere we went, people would stalk us and try to take pictures of us. And I would just be in the background, like, "Hey, it's my uncle." So that was my experience. I feel like I was very starstruck, but not starstruck because he was very grounded. And also, like, having Ricky around, it didn't feel as scary.
That's a great point because she had just wrapped the movie she was doing, and so when I met with Sung, it was just me and him, and so I didn't have Allie to bounce off of, and I was definitely nervous. I definitely made a fool of myself, and but yeah, there's something about Sung that like he exudes this. I think the first time we met. Yeah, he was wearing like this like all white linen,
Yep.
his hair is flowing in the Vancouver summer wind. And it just felt like I was like walking next to like Korean Jesus. And that was pretty powerful. So
Honestly, kind of true.
yeah, it was intimidating to say the least, but he was so gracious and but it made it very easy for me as Blake to be intimidated by Uncle Curtis.
And my final question for you both is there's so many fantastic scenes within Worth the Wait. So for both of you, was there one in particular, or even more than one, that you really enjoyed shooting or even just experiencing during the set?
Hmm. Okay, one of my favorite scenes I can't actually say because it's a giveaway, but there is a pretty epic scene Ricky and I got to film that you have to tune in on May 23rd to find out about. And that one was really cool. Maybe involved some stunts.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, there was a really cool scene. Yeah, that was.
No, I realized as I was saying, I'm like, oh, I can't give it away. But no, I mean, we were lucky. It was kind of like going, it was really easy to go to work every day because all of our scenes were either just us two or with Sung. So maybe like one of the coolest days was a scene where we got to work with people outside of our little trio. That was kind of cool.
Yeah. No, that's like yeah, that's a good point. I think when we were yeah. Actually, yeah, that's a spoiler. Yeah, nothing.
Can't say
None
anything.
of my scenes are no, I like yeah, all the scenes are great. I think there's a scene where I climb out a window. There's a scene where I scream out a window. There's a scene where there's a lot of window-oriented things that I'm excited about.
You
That was
also fall. You fall a lot in the movie. It's a
oh,
miracle
I
you
do fall. No,
survived.
I fall once. I fall once. I fall
Twice.
twice. I fall twice. I fall once, and then the second time I fall for Riley in the movie. Look at
Oh,
that. Look
that's a
at
good ender. That's a great line.
What?
that. Full circle.
Thank you both so much for your time. I hope everyone sees the movie. It was really great. I was like on my couch crying, so
Oh,
you know,
Oh,
but yes. And
Ricky.
it was a really great movie. You guys were both fantastic. The whole cast is fantastic. I was just saying how, there's been obviously progress in terms of getting more Asian representation, but I still feel like every movie there's like so much gap, like years between each one.
Mhm.
Especially I'm in Canada, so like the last big Asian project was Kim's Convenience, and that ended
yeah.
a while ago as well. So I hope everyone watches Worth the Wait and we get more projects like this.
Yeah. And more Canadian projects too.
Exactly.
Yeah.